Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so again, we have started geometry this week. So we start off with the intro to the star chart where we saw the area formulas and the value formulas. Yesterday, we did finding the area of square and rectangle. Today, we're going to be doing finding the area of a parallelogram. Now, you will notice that the formula is the same. Did Miss like to do that on purpose? Yes, I did. All right, let's go ahead and look at our notes for today. Share. All right, our handy dandy formula chart. Remember, if you're able to print it out, probably a good idea. If not, make sure you have it open in another window so that way you have the formulas at the ready. All right, so we're doing parallelograms today. And as you can notice, it says area equals base times height, the same as our rectangles and the same as our squares, okay? So we're going to be using base times height. Remember from elementary, that would be your length times your width, but base times height for our purposes. All right. Finding the area of parallelograms. Here are our notes. We have 4 examples. We have 2 where we're finding the area and 2 where the area has been given to us. So we need to work backwards to find the missing piece. All right, so the name of our figures, all of these are parallelograms. Notice that they have a little slant to them and each one of them has a line indicating where the height is. So that's how you know it's a parallelogram. So I'm going to abbreviate this. I'm going to put para, because it is a long word. Para, short for parallelogram, all right? And as we saw on our formula chart, the area is equal to the base times the height. Miss, why do you have to write this so many times? To commit it to your memory. That's what it's for, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at our first shape. Our base is 1 1/4. Now remember I told you yesterday that it's probably good to change your fraction to a decimal. Just easier to work with when you're multiplying, but if you want to leave it a fraction, go right ahead. But for these purposes, I'm going to change it to a decimal. I know that 1/4 is the same as saying 1/4, and a quarter is 0.25. So I'm going to put my base as 1.25. And then my height indicated by this line down the middle is 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. Okay, now I'm going to replace my letters with numbers. My base is 1.25. I will be multiplying that by 3. Let's set it up. 1.25 times 3. I have 1 2 behind the decimal. So in my final answer, I need to move my decimal 2 places. Multiply like normal. 3 times 5, 15, carry our 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. So I got 375, but that's not my final answer. Remember, I need to move my decimal 2 places. So I need to start at the back. 1, 2. Since this is area, I need to put my units. So I have 3.75 centimeters squared. Remember, squared is the units when we are looking for area. All right, let's look at the next one. My base is 7. My height is 2.2. Okay. I'm going to write this in. Area equals base times height. Okay. I'm going to put the one with the most digits on the top. I have 1 number after the decimal. So I need to account for that 1 decimal in my final answer. Multiply like normal. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 1 is 15. I have 154, but remember that's not my final answer. I need to move my decimal 1 spot. Start at the back, 1. So my final answer is going to be 15.4 meters squared. Okay. All right. Now we have 2 where they have given us the area, but we're missing either the base or the height. So we need to work backwards by doing the opposite. So let's see what we have. We have the area is 60. I don't know what my base is, so I'm going to put X. And I see that my height is 3. Okay. I'm going to put that into my formula. Here's my A, but remember, I know what A is. A is 60. So 60 equals base times height. I'm going to put 3x. I'm going to put it that way this time. Remember, when your number is next to a variable like this, it's indicating that it's multiplication. But since I have a missing variable, I need to do the opposite of multiplication, which would be division. I need to divide both sides by 3 so I can get that missing variable by itself. 3 divided by 3 gives me x. 60 divided by 3 is 20. Okay, 20 equals x, or my base. But remember, we need to check, right? We need to make sure we get that. So we're going to rewrite 60 equals 3 times 20. 60 equals 60. So 20 is correct. Since this was just a missing unit, I'm going to put 20 feet. Remember, we only put squared if we're looking for the area. Okay, this was just a missing base. All right, let's look at the last one. They tell us that our area is 128 inches squared. My height is 8. I'm missing my base again. Okay, I'm going to replace these numbers into my formula. I know what A is, so I'm going to put 128, and that's going to be equal to 8x. Okay, this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication would be division. I'm dividing both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 will leave me with x. 8 into 28. I think I need to do some scratch work off the side here. 128. 8 goes into 12 one time. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What 4 left over? Bring down my 8. And I know 6 times 8 will give me 48. So 48 equals x. So remember, we need to check to make sure that's correct. 128. 8 times 48. 128 does equal, okay? This was a missing base, so we're going to say 48 inches was for our missing base. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is our parallelogram. You have some work to do in your folder based off of the problems that I just showed you. Remember, refer to your notes, and if you need help, please let me know. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.